Hey everyone, I know it's been a while. I have been meaning to make this video, but I forgot in my recent video, that Leo has been away at Army training camp. So it's called BOLC. Basically what it is, just to give you a quick rundown, is he was going there to train in his job for the Army, or the reserves in the Army. So he's been there for 4 months and he just got back last week. So I haven't even seen him, and I wanted him to be in this video. I wanted to take a second for like these little cuties behind me. Vinny. Like, are you kidding me? Rudy. Rudy. Look. Oh, sorry. So he is going to tell you how he viewed that day.
So I actually bought the ring like 2.5 months in advance. I bought it in the first weekend of February. I went to a local jeweler in Akron, Ohio called Shulons. They're a great place. And we went there. My dad, both my dads, my sister and I went there and found a diamond, the main diamond, that diamond in the middle. And we designed the ring around the diamond. So made that with the guy there, and pretty much, maybe an hour in, as soon as we had figured it out, I just said, can I buy it right now? And everyone said, do you need to, go to different places, or do you need to compare it to anything? But I think once you know, and so just bought it right there. So then I had to go to Florida for her brother's wedding, and probably not the best weekend to do it, but I knew I wasn't going to see them in person before, both of them in person before I wanted to propose in Nashville. So I asked them both for their blessing, as a traditional young man should do. And they both said yes. Her mom cried, which was pretty cute. And then I individually, over the course of the middle of February before I proposed in April, I called her 10,000 siblings and was, telling them my plan, and got all their blessings too. So then we had a trip, her mom, myself, and her mom, Gab, and myself had a trip to Germany, and I actually had the ring. So I was thinking about changing the plan to propose in Germany, which would have been amazing. The scenery was unbelievable. However,
That's for sure.
I had already bought and booked a photographer. So kind of figured, we're stuck with it. We went to Germany. Then after we came back from Germany, I found out that my plan of going to Nashville, proposing, and then setting up a surprise for her in Florida afterwards with her family, because I had booked a flight to be on the same flight as her out of Nashville, wasn't going to work, as I was going to go to Missouri for 4 months. I said, you know what the heck? Already booked it. Might as well just make a quick trip in, get a fiance, hopefully, and then, get out, go do my thing. So I drove to Nashville, and then on the drive, which was supposed to be maybe 7.5 hours, not safe, but I was trying to look for different flights. Mm-hmm. I was calling my cousins in different places of the world, specifically different places of the United States, like Texas, for a connecting flight, so that we could get her to Nashville so that I could propose on the next day. So, we were calling my cousin Kate, shout out. She lives in Texas, and I said, there's a great flight that'll get you there early Friday morning. You can crash at her place. So the drive ended up taking me roughly 9 hours, just because I was busy, trying to look for flights the whole time, talking with her parents. So that was a headache.
Yeah.
So then I get to Nashville, and I don't know what's going on. And she calls me and says, hey, I have a flight. I'm getting into Knoxville at, I think, like midnight.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2 hours away, right?
And it was 2.5 hours away from Nashville. So I got to my hotel, and I think I ordered chicken wings from like my favorite spot there. And then I had to get right back on the road for 2.5 hours to pick her up. So, we didn't get back in Nashville until 2-ish in the morning.
Yeah.
Which was totally worth it, but that was just a nice little hurdle to, boost the nerves before the big day. So then, come the morning, we, got over to the Broadway, the main strip, and kind of walking around, and we went to the
Ole Red,
which is
Blake
Shelton's restaurant, and we had lunch there. And so it kind of looked like it was starting to drizzle, which I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I have this whole plan and it's gonna be raining. I'm not that type of guy that's the dancing in the rain kind of guy. If it's raining and I'm wet, I hate it. So
same.
We ended up walking around, and I was trying to kill some time, but I just, we were going so fast, and I had booked him for 2:00. We ate lunch at like 11, and it was maybe a 10-minute walk to the place. So I was texting the photographer, hey, can you come and meet us early, because like I don't know how to stall anymore. So we leave the restaurant. I'm like, hey, maybe we should go down these side streets. Maybe we should go in these stores. But then, I couldn't stall anymore. So we went across the pedestrian bridge, and there was absolutely nobody on the bridge, which was perfect.
Yeah.
We could, take cool pictures. It was a little overcast, but then it got really sunny. And we go over to the park, and we just kind of start walking around in the park. As we get to the park, I'm still texting the guy. So I'm saying, hey, like, we're coming. He's not there yet. So, we're walking alongside the river or creek or whatever it was. And we go to this little photography area, I guess, dock, maybe you could call it,
yeah,
with a view of the city. And we start taking pictures and all that kind of stuff just to, take time and waste time, which I don't think she knew. So then, he finally texts me, hey, I'm here. I'm just walking around taking pictures. So we walk over to where he is. I see him. I texted him what we were wearing at the beginning of the day so that he knew, what to look out for. And we walked up to him, and I said, hey, I don't know what you're taking pictures of, but can you take my phone and take a couple pictures of us, with this beautiful view and the city behind us. And then he goes, hey, how about I take some professional ones with my camera? I think he said something like, I like shooting people. And if you give me your email, like I'll send them to you or something like that. And so we're taking a bunch, we're taking ones walking together. And then he goes, I have a really good idea. Let's do one where she's looking at the city skyline, and then she turns around and looks at you. Well, him and I had planned this like months in advance. So we had talked about the best way to do it. He goes, I've found that this is a really good, method to, in fact, propose. They never really expect it. So, the first time she does it, I'm just standing there smiling. The second time she does it, I'm standing there smiling. And then the third time when she spins around, he'd kind of given me the old brother wink, like, hey, look out, like now is your time, don't mess it up. So I got down on one knee, and she turned around, and I was, ready to propose. So could be a fault on my part. I don't really remember what I said.
I forget too.
I got down on one knee, and I kind of blacked out.
I think you just said, like, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, or something like that.
Yeah.
We both blacked out.
Too easy. So, we did that, and fortunately she said yes. Then I had actually asked the photographer if we could do, maybe a little bit of photos afterwards as well, which we'll put right here.
We will add it to this video.
And so, after we did a little quick photo sesh and we took other pictures, I think we sat out in the 95-degree weather.
Yep.
On a park bench, just calling everybody. Like, she's
mom, dad, brother, sister,
aunt, cousin,
brother, sister,
everybody.
Brother.
Yeah, everybody. We called everybody, FaceTimed everybody, told them about it. And then we just went and enjoyed, the rest of our weekend.
It was like a cloud. You were on a cloud. We were on a cloud for a few days.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was unbelievable. I wouldn't have changed it any other way other than,
perfect.
not having to go to Missouri. I would have loved to have been able to put a family kind of celebration party on. But, you know, it was an incredible weekend. After the weekend, we kind of had to figure out our little long distance situation over the course of the last 4 months. As soon as I got back, we did just take some
Yep, I was gonna add that in.
engagement pictures.
You'll see them on the next thing. Next. Not a slide, but page.
Boom. Boom.
Yep.
And so we just took those. We are going to knock out our save the dates. I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to, you know.
This will be another video. So if you would like to know how our wedding planning is going, make sure to tune in next time, as I will share, you know, what we've booked, where it's going to be, and all that.
I will
Anything
say
else to add?
that I wasn't nervous.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't think I was very nervous at all because if you know Gab and I, you know that we've been talking about getting married probably since we started dating.
Yeah.
We've kind of just been those disgusting lovers for our whole relationship. And so that really showed when, again, I proposed to a woman that has been thinking about getting married for her whole life, and she didn't shed a tear. The first thing she told me was like, you know, it just feels right. It feels how it should be. So I think that's something that if you're going to propose and your significant other, you know, has that reaction, immediately I was kind of like, you know, this sucks. I wanted to see her cry, but it makes sense that, you know, if you're ready for the next step, then it doesn't matter how the
If you're
reaction
watching this and you want to propose, but you need that extra push, you should propose.
Yeah, or drop them like a sack of bricks.
Oh.
But anywho, 321 more days
Until the big day.
the big day. If you are watching this, my last name is Easton. Obviously, her last name is Damasceno, Lionel, Gabriella. If you have any sort of wedding hashtags
drop
that
them
you
below.
might like, drop them below. I think wedding season, you know, S and then capital EASON would be pretty cool because it's my last name. A little basic, but simple and easy.
Let us know if you have anything. Put it down below. And we hope you enjoyed this video. And stay tuned for the next one. Just some updates on the wedding side. Peace.